Greetings, fellow humans. My name is Flailbot. Welcome to episode 35 of Love, Faith, Steel. Now, there's been an update for SFO recently, which introduced several new building chains. And for the vampires, that building chain is the blood tax building chain. And it's basically a money chain. So I think the Forbidden Library, there were some income things that were reduced in other buildings in order to focus on this particular chain. So 100 income, 200 and 300 income, each with a penalty to growth. Obviously not great early on, but a good thing to sort of switch into. So we're going to look at what we can do, especially here in Eastern Sylvania, Western Sylvania, and other bordering provinces, of which I think there are only two, Ostermark and Western Sylvania. Two things we have to keep in mind: corruption and public order, which are correlated, because if we have enough corruption, then, where is it? There we go. We get 10 public order and no penalty to public order. So assuming that dropping one of our balefire hearths, which provides 4 corruption, would leave us with what? 15 plus 7 is 22, plus 1 plus 3 is 26 versus 1, so 27th corruption, which is going to be less than 5% Skaven corruption, which means we won't get a penalty to public order. So there you go, math. We can get rid of this building, and that means we can build the blood tax building in Waldenhof at least. The second question is whether or not we can afford it in Drakenhof, in the castle, or in the capital. Now, one of the things, oh, and also if we can replace Mausoleum with it, because the Mausoleum lets us recruit basic units, but we don't actually do a lot of recruiting in Eastern Sylvania. And with that huge income bonus, it may be worth it just to say, okay, we're going to recruit over here, or even in a different province, because I don't think we have a lot of province-wide bonuses to recruitment. Right, like this has a province-wide bonus to recruitment, which we could get rid of if we're just going to get rid of the basic recruitments. And if we're only going to keep things like this, allows recruitment of Blood Knights and Black Coaches and Mortis Engines and stuff, which we may want to keep here. Although we don't actually have the buildings in Eastern Sylvania to recruit those things anyway. The only thing we can recruit in Eastern Sylvania are currently the most basic units from the Mausoleum building chain. In Western Sylvania, we can recruit also the buildings of the guys from the forest chain. And do we have the... Yeah, we have both of the recruitment chains. So Western Sylvania is much more recruitment focused than Eastern Sylvania is. Actually, probably be better if we moved our recruitment into something like Averland, which really do not need defensive buildings anymore. So having a new building in the middle of a campaign is, as you can so far or already tell, pretty disruptive, because everything that I've done for planning how to build these cities, these provinces, is now sort of been tossed on its head. I have no idea why I have both of these buildings here. I guess I wanted to recruit things at some point over here. So what I'm going to do is get rid of both of these, and we're going to build in Essen. We're going to build this, the gibbet, or more cash dollars, and we're also going to build the blood tax. It'll bring down our growth, which, you know, is not it's not something we're completely ignoring in this province, because we do want to grow Beckhaven, but I don't think it's going to be a big enough deal. It's only going to be minus 10 growth. It's not going to significantly impact the long-term viability of this place. One other option is making Talabecland a recruiting place. Talking hard, because it's massive, absolutely massive, which means our troops from here only need to move through Reichland and they can recruit. If we're fighting up here, this goes all the way up here, all the way up to our northern border. And yeah, in the south it's not great, but maybe we can do something with this province and make this a recruiting province as well. But again, who knows? It's a good idea to have our recruiting capabilities spread out a little bit, so that if we need to raise an army somewhere, we don't have to raise it in Talabecland. We can also raise it in the Blood River Valley, or also raise it in Middenland or something. So I'm sort of torn about how we're gonna deal with this. There's a lot of choices to make, and what I'm considering doing is making all the choices and optimizing the layout, but offline, and not bothering you guys with all the incredibly minor optimization details, because I don't think it's going to be particularly interesting. So Felix leveled. Not that I'm planning on using him for anything, but what is campaign movement range is useful there. Perhaps corruption, just to annoy the provinces that I move through, although he's going to be moving. He's going to be in the ocean most of the time, so he doesn't need any of these things. But you know what? Let's take corruption just for funsies. Also reduces attrition, and we'll go corruption, draft master just for giggles, and then we'll pick up guile and glamour, and he'll get, what is it? It'll be +9, no, +12 corruption, while he runs around and collects money from the ocean. All right, Steinbeck is our White King. I would also like him to be able to hit things, so I'm going to pick up Deadly Blade to bring his melee attack up a bit. He's garrisoned, right? Yeah. And Sigvald is in need of recruiting some more potent units. Right? We're going to get rid of these direwolves. They have just disappointed me at every turn. And he is gonna go to Schwarzsumpf and recruit. Probably a couple Graveguard to toughen up this line, and then a couple of flanking units, and his vampire. So if she comes in, Hannelore, we will have 4 spots available. So maybe 2 Graveguard and a Cryptor and a Terrorgeist. Doesn't leave us with a lot of mobility. Maybe this front line is sufficient. I mean, that's a pretty huge front line, plus this guy. Plus the Vampire Lord as a front line. So maybe I'll get rid of 2 of these units and get a little bit more cavalry stuff going on. Let's go ahead and, to save money, we'll go ahead and toss one of these, and we will toss this less experienced unit. Okay, good. And you're recovering. That's okay. 10 of it goes away, then we're at -8. What's the income here? It's actually pretty significant, but maybe we'll want to toss it for the time being. take more public order here. If we do this and do this, we've got plus 10 public order. That'll actually put us in positive public order on the next turn. And then we can see what happens. Where's this raiding happening? Oh, these guys. Okay, so we'll take care of them at some point. They're rebels. I suppose I shouldn't have moved this guy away. I was not paying enough attention. Isabella is resting in Kemperbad. She cannot adopt this stance while garrison. That's okay. I'd like to actually unadopt this stance, if that's okay. Wonder if I can. Could I only move just like the tiniest bit? Oh, I suppose I've already moved too much. Okay, then back to Kemperbad. And you going there. So, how are things doing here? Well, actually. So here's a province where I would avoid building the blood tax, probably, because my growth is not great. Well, I really only need 10. Next turn I can upgrade Weismund, and then I'm just waiting. So maybe I change my mind. Where's Middenheim? How about adjacencies do you have? 1, 2, 3. I don't think it counts as adjacent to these because of the river, which is unfortunate. Alright, we'll take the blood tax. Corruption will eventually end up at... no, not quite high enough. Oh, and we're out of money. Okay, we'll build the corruption building here so I can get to the highest rank. And yeah, that's good for now. Okay. Things to do, things to do. 2 more turns for that tech to recruit people. Armina is boosting growth here. I don't know where these guys are going to go. It's probably not worth wasting money blocking them. What are you guys doing in terms of growth here? You're actually doing quite well. So there's another place that could use blood tax buildings instead of... well, I guess I'll put one here. Corruption also heading pretty high. That's good. Armina. Why don't you go... nope. I don't know of any places that need growth. Why don't you go over here? Because we are going to fight these dwarves pretty soon, I think. Oops, don't do that. Declare war. Clan Angrand. That's okay. We could handle 2 dwarfy clans. So let's do a little exploration. See what's what. Go ahead and just sort of go over here. Nothing buildable. Blood River Valley is still losing public order. Eastern Border Princes, of course, is losing public order. Everyone else is on the up and up except for Hochland. We are gonna trash these buildings, especially this one, which is built in the wrong place. And these are all negatively impacting our public order, so we're gonna get rid of them. That will give us 5 more public order. And corruption will continue to trend upward. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm being a little bit more cautious than I have been in the previous minutes for for public order and stuff, because I feel spread a little bit thin. Our income is actually quite good, and I'm strongly considering another army, but the 2 armies that are down in the Blood River province need to be brought up to date, and that's going to be pretty expensive, and their cost is also going to increase significantly. So that's Something to consider when thinking about our income, about how amazing it is. Defensive and passive. You know what? These guys are being eaten alive by Moldor, Clan Moldor, so I'm going to accept their non-aggression pact. See, I was worried about this once I actually saw that this was happening. Icky. That's a great name. Oh. That is grave news.
They surely plan to invade the world of mortals once again. Prepare your defenses well, for the forces of chaos spare no one in their quest for...
I hope they spawn. Sure, let's take Beastman invasions. That sounds fun, right? Pow. Remember, Beastman has grown in recent years. Will the tribes leave their homes to plague and destroy the civilizations of men, dwarves, and elves? Totes. There we go. Doomheimer. Oh, good. All major port owners have become known to each other via diplomacy. That's good news. Oh, and the... Yes, good. It's such a useless follower. Less useless follower. Who ended up destroying Red Eye? I guess that's the dwarves. Okay, so let's make sure we're still friends with them. Okay, apparently we are ultra hostile with them. I was not aware of that. Wowza. That's terrible news. Okay, that's bad. They're not the scariest people on the planet, but they're certainly not the friendliest anymore. Well, okay. Got lots to do, it would seem. Let's go ahead and take speedy mode all the way down here. You are gonna go slow mode because we're gonna hit Nuln. And let's see. You need to initiate combat against these guys. Wait, where's my... She can't make it all the way. That's okay. Lots of Graveguard. This is a pretty rough army. Don't have a lot of anti-large. Just have some spearmen. Almost tempted to just get this guy to run off and acquire some Terrorgeists and bring them down to share with Andreas. Zigvald is gonna go recruit some Terrorgeists. Do you think we can win this battle? We have a lot more magic than they do. We'll give it a spin, okay, but we'll do it a little bit later in this turn. Felix is slowly dying. 500 money is good. 5,000 is even better. Oh, we demolished a load of buildings. Right, because we need more corruption. And unique building or blood tax and growth. Let's go for the unique building. blood tax doesn't increase public order. That's both there. Here we go. That's built, so we're gonna pick up money and money because we have the adjacency bonus, and that's also an Essen. Okay, a lot of things just happened. Chaos rose, more beastmans are gonna be present. It's quite a bit of everything's going on. More spells would be nice, especially for the upcoming battle, so let's do that. And Conrada has leveled. She would like to pick up the fate of Bayuna. Yes, especially considering we're going to be fighting lots of difficult enemies in the next battle that are small unit sizes, like the Vargeists and Knights and stuff. Whoever needs to twiddle his thumbs. Ermina could hit this army for blocking. That's not very useful. Gonna move over here just to see what's what. And let's see. Josefa is alive again and will come to Nuln. Definitely. It's a good place to go. Upgrade this. Build blood tax. No, corruption. Right? Yeah, because we're only headed to 55%, which is bad. Okay, let's do this battle. Yeah, could be worse. Let's give it a spin. I'll have to remember to be on the ball when it comes to magic. Those are some disappointing reinforcement locations. So, spearmen. Gonna move these over here. That'll work for an organization. You guys are flanky. I'm gonna try to be fighting the Vargas and stuff, I think. A lot of large units. We're here. You're gonna hold the middle of the line. You guys are also gonna be flanky. Terror is not gonna do anything, but that's okay. And Sigvald can cast at least basic heals. Prevent everyone from crumbumbling. And you guys are also flanky. So hopefully this relatively small front line will hold while my flanking units come around, but I'm concerned about the validity of this plan, especially given all these forests over here. So grab everyone we can, bring them over here. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. And you guys too. Okay. And you. And wow. And you guys. And you. Oh, do I have the the garrison too? Oh boy, this is way too many units to reasonably control. Okay, what's going on over here? Everyone just move forward. Holy cow. taking it slow. Are those Blood Knights? No, okay. I'm just gonna give attack orders here because there is just so much going on. Let's go ahead and throw down a spare heal on these guys. Throw some units into here. Bats can come over here and help against these knights. You guys can try to tear apart that lord. It's a spirit leech. Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Let's. Oh, she's so far away. Wowza, Kapowza, how'd you get so far away? Come on in. That's our primary caster girl. And where are you? Ah, you're not so far away. What if we Invocation of Nehecht? This area? That seems like the best choice. These guys need to come in here. This is not going so poorly. This is not going very well. I need to pull my White King back. Actually, that may not be a good idea. Go ahead and hit your boosty thing. See what you can do. Take my fighter girl, send her in. What are you doing? You're a unholy lodestone. Just bring it in. You guys need to actually attack? I should just go ahead and attack right there. Maybe I can take you out for a spin. This direction. Can we Spirit Leech the... Oh, that's not the Vargulf. Spirit Leech those guys. Oh no, there's a Vargulf. Spirit Leech him. And then we'll attack him. And with these guys too. Lots of not so great things going on in the middle of the line. Really love for you guys to keep moving up if I give a specific move order. Even if I don't click attack. Or even if I do click attack and then that unit dies. You guys have claimed victory, which is great news. These guys can pull back. What is going on? Can you guys just move in, please? Where? You. There. Attack that thing. You attack him. You attack him. 1 unit of graveguards. Keep it up. Wait, did we do it? Did we win? Are we the winners? Where's my AoE healer? Okay, hold on. Every single unit in the entire army is going to group and then line up in a nice line here. And then everything that's small and smashy, or big and smashy, is going to attack that thing. That's our plan. Go. Glorious. And if we have a chance, we'll throw down an extra overcast heal. Nope. Okay, that actually went significantly better than I expected, given the distribution of our troops. some rough moments there where commands just weren't going through. It happens if you put a specific target for enemies and then the target dies. And what I should have been doing was he's gonna go recruit, so I'm gonna take the extra money. What I should have been doing is grouping the guys and then telling them to move beyond the enemies, so through their lines, and that gives them the command basically to move, well, just keep moving towards wherever I point them. And yeah, that would have been clever. I'm gonna also pick up Invocation of Nehek here because I want to be able to do the Overcast AoE heal. It's basically the best spell I've got, and that'll add a lot of potency to these characters without a lot of skill point investments. Andreas can recruit things, so he's going to have an Unholy Lodestone. We would love to have my text real quick, because I have Vargulfs and Vargeists and Vargeists and Fellbats. Potentially upgrades for other fancy flying units. So why don't we do a unit of Vargeists, and we'll pick up these Regiment of Renown Vargeists as well. And I need some basic frontline units too. I know I'm paying more money than I need to because I'm recruiting these things before they're ready. And then we'll pick up 2 Vargulfs. And, well, whenever we're done, we'll just grab some basic skeletons, right? That puts us at, we'll take that. Yeah, we've got 1 slot left. What are we gonna do? 1 more Crypt Ghoul for flanking? Corpse carts, the basic version, do what? Vigor Mortis, and that's self regeneration. That's it. But the Unholy Lodestone replenishes hit points of combatants and does Vigor Mortis, but does not damage enemies, right? That's the Balefire Vigor Mortis, and Balefire effect increases proportional to the number of enemy units in range. Oh no, that doesn't do damage. Isn't there one that does damage while at the same time as healing your allies? If engaged in melee, plus 44% damage resistance. If engaged in melee, plus 40% armor piercing damage. If engaged in melee, you charge. Oh, but I have, wait, what's our cooldown for that? Oh, recharge if engaged in melee. Okay, but why is the duration constant? When do I activate it? It's confusing. Okay, 1 more unit. We're just gonna take unit of Fellbats because they're universally good. All right. That was a pretty intense episode. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to redo some of the buildings and stuff, but I didn't realize how intensive that was going to be compared to, well, how unrewarding that might be for viewers. So, since it's my intention to record multiple episodes right now, I think I'm gonna have to skip the whole revamping my entire economy thing for maximum efficiency, and just keep playing. So I've been Flailbot, and this has been Love Face Steel, episode 35. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll call it the end of this episode as soon as this end turn routine is done. A garrulous soul thief. He must talk a lot about stealing souls, I guess. I'm really concerned about that dwarf relationship, which totally crumbled from positive something to minus 300. I should probably check the relationships with the other dwarves in case a change in the calculation meant that they actually loathe my very existence. Yeah. See, that's not as good as it used to be. I mean, theoretically, if we knock off the Empire nonsense, that's plus almost 100. 40 and 35 and 18. But I mean, that put us back in the positive, which is nice. Zufmar still thinks we're cool dudes, which is good. I hope that, I don't know. I was hoping that Carlfriend's trespassing on my territory means that the dwarves will like me more because he's being rude to me, and I'm allies with the dwarves already. The Zufbar and Kadrakara, not the dwarves. Black Bat Harbor. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that because we don't have the desire to deal with all the complications that Skaven uprisings will entail from sentences. The Doomtide. That's bad. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.